Hi, my name's Anthony Hines. For the last 40 plus years, I've worked with large companies in the IT industry, in the IT area of the company, project management, as well as security, operations, as I say, all for large companies in the IT area. What I also try to do is I try to help people with their career. Why? Because I had a great mentor late in my career. I wish I had mentors early in my career. So, what I try to do is take my experiences and share them with you so that you can have my experiences and not make some of the same mistakes I made and actually do better than some of the successes I made. An experience not shared is an experience wasted, in my opinion. Today, I want to talk about the fact that you've gotten a great job, you've been hired, and you have a few weeks before you start. What are some tips you can do to get yourself ready for the new job and to get yourself in a place where you can hit the ground running and provide value day one for that new job? Okay, let me give you a few things. Number one, a lot of times when you're not working, you get out of your early morning routine or your time of day routine. Take the time after you've been hired before you start to get back to your early morning routine and get back to it pretty quickly. Because if you were getting up at 5 in the morning before and you've slipped once you were unemployed to get up now at later in the day, it's going to be a big adjustment that first day. So make sure you get up and you start your routine again like it used to be. Make sure that routine that used to be 5 a.m. is worked back towards 5 a.m. Okay? So get back to your early morning routine so you get up early and you're not late the first day because you overslept. Number one. Number two, I want you to think about what more you can do to be productive early in the morning when you get up. Can you exercise a little bit? Can you check out the news a little bit? What improvement can you make when you get up early in the morning to get yourself ready for the day? Remember, every job you have, you always want to have a takeaway of what you can do better at your next job. One of the things I found that was important to me was find a better way to get up earlier, find a better way to get yourself moving earlier, and find a better way to get yourself with an edge earlier in the morning, whether it's checking major news websites, corporate websites, or the like. Get ready for your day before you leave. Maybe that's something you could do to start working on to get ready for your day. Maybe you want to add an exercise routine into your morning. A lot of people say, oh, I'm going to do it someday. Well, you know what? I've always said someday is another word for never. So, what I'm saying to you is it's a great opportunity while you're working on this routine to set up some sort of an exercise program or something where you get moving in the morning and get yourself mentally moving in the morning. So, think about that. Again, you have time before you start your job, so think about getting a new routine and getting it a little bit more efficient in the morning. Next, I want you to think about the company page on LinkedIn. Go out and learn about the company you're going to work with. Everybody thinks they know about the company, but you know what? Do a little bit of research on the company that you're going to be working with. Obviously, you did some to get the job, but what about knowing a little bit more about different areas of the company? You know how people start and they don't do anything for the first day or two because they got to get their computer or the like? Well, you know what? Do some things where you're going to be valuable the first few days and learn about the company and learn about um, who you're going to be working for, their various areas, their various secondary projects that they're working on, maybe some news stories. Learn about who you're going to work with, who you're going to work for, and learn about them because that way you have an understanding of where the company's at the day you start. So think about doing that in your free time. Now, also, you had to be interviewed by a few people, right? Have you checked with their LinkedIn profile after you got hired to learn a little bit more about them? That's a good idea too. Let's say 3 or 4 different people interviewed you. Go out and check their profile and learn about them so that when you start working, you're going to have some idea who they are and what they do. Okay? It's always important to know what people do in the new company you start with. And by checking their profile, you learn without having to ask them. Okay? Also, how about this? When you check your LinkedIn company page, you're going to find that you may have connections that work at the company. You may not even realize that you have people that you used to work with or people that know other people that work at the company. You may not even know that. So, what I would do is go to the company page, see what connections you have, even if they're second level, reach out to them and say, hey, I'm starting a new job in the company in like whatever, a week or two after the security checks and the like and the onboarding. How about that? And you say, how about we go to lunch? And then that way you get a little bit of an understanding about the company when you start right away. Okay? Think about this. People assume they only know whoever got them in or a few people, if any, in the company. Go out and check who you know and then maybe reach out and go to lunch with them in the first week or so that you're there and learn about what they do, learn about their contacts, learn about everything they got going. And so, again, you're learning about the company right away. And you're learning in a way that it's not cumbersome for someone to have to teach you. Okay? So that's a way to do it. Now let's assume it's your first day or two that you're working. And as they say, sometimes it takes a while for your PC to get going and the like. Okay. What you want to do is get access to your corporate intranet. See if there are public PCs or see if there's a loaner. Get to know your corporate public intranet, your area where you learn about what the company does, where the community programs, things like that. Get to know those types of things. And maybe you'll find that there are groups that you want to be in or some sort of community programs that the company does that you want to know about. And you can do that even before you start by checking out charities and searching on the company that you are going to work for. So what happens is you may see that they may have a press release about the team, say that they ran, that they had in the hunger race that was a few days ago, or a charity walk they had a few weeks ago. Maybe you want to learn about that, and maybe you know some of the people that were in that charity race. Again, you don't know who you know about things or about the company until you really look into it. They can be second, third level connections, friends of friends, you know. And the like is you want to find out about some of these things before you get going. So that way, these are things you can get involved with right away when you first start with the company, as well as learn your job. Another thing I like to do is when I first start a job, if there's documentation that needs to be rewritten, I don't mind doing it. You know why? Because nobody likes to do documentation. If they have docs that need to be updated or redone or edited or worked on, there's a great way to learn about process and learn about policies, and that is by checking current documentation that needs to be updated and needs to be worked on. These are great ways to do it. Okay? Next, I want you to think about getting out on the web and checking interviews that are out there from some of the large corporate people that work in the company, the CIO, the CEO, CFO. There may be interviews, public, based on public news sources that these people put out, talking about their mission statement, talking about their what they're looking to do in the next year. I mean, this could be public information. Go out and find it so that your corporate mentality walking in is consistent with the corporate strategy. Again, a lot of people are very happy to get their next job, and I have no problem with that. You can have a party, you can have a great time, you can go out, you can go celebrate. But here are some tips. And these are great tips, I think. I don't know. I think they're pretty good. These are really good tips to help you so that you can hit the ground running when you first start a new job. So I want you to think about these things because that way, when you walk in, you're not just sitting there waiting for people to tell you what to do. You have some very good understanding of what's going on because you went out and researched and you went out and learned about the company and what was happening at the right time. Finally, a great place to look about to get information about a company, especially a newer company, is in the business journal of the city you're in. Go check online versions or go to your library and check newspapers from previous weeks and look for stories from those journals about the company. Those are up to date stories about things that are happening in the company. And business journals are not always read by everyone. They're read by corporate leaders and they're read by people in certain demographics. And if you walk in talking about business journal related articles, you're going to look good. I've done that in the past in various interviews, and I've had hiring managers go to me and say, "Where'd you find that?" And then I explain to them where I found it. So my point is, also, check out the business journals and make sure that you see if there are any stories about your company, because that way you're going to have information that not everyone has, and you're going to impress on day one. Okay, so I've given you a lot of ideas. I've given you some self help and some ideas to help you step right in day one when you start your new job. There's no reason you can't do this. Replace nerves and fear, which a lot of people have with their new job, with information, confidence, and understanding that you have value. And the more you do, the more you come in with regarding information, the better it's going to look for you. Again, my name is Anthony Hines. Come join my LinkedIn group, the Anthony Hines Job Search and Career Help Now group. Come like my Facebook page. Actually, go to my profile, my LinkedIn profile, and download my job search article with all of my tips and tools. It tells you step by step how to get your job search moving, and it's free. 100%, that list is 100% free. So please go out there, check it out, and learn about these things so that you can either provide this list to others if there are things you don't need right now, or use the things you find that are useful on this list so that you're always networking and you're always thinking about the fact that you're going to learn from this time when you're unemployed and you're going to be ready so that your career can develop like a rocket ship from now on because you're going to learn from this time in transition. I hope some of these tips have helped you out. Feel free to email me at ahines00001 at gmail.com. And again, check out my LinkedIn group. And please, please, please follow me on Podbean and check out all of my job search podcasts. Okay, everyone, have a great day. And remember, the time after you accept the job and the time that you start, that in between time, is a great place for you to add value to yourself, improve yourself, and to add value for your first few days at the new company you're going to start. Congratulations if this has happened to you. Now just go and maximize this time. Do the best you can because you remember, your career is your responsibility. And if with your help, I can end unemployment one person at a time. Have a great day. Bye bye now.